Welcome to PdubTV. I'm John Martin.
And I'm Nathan Spitzley. In our first segment, we will be talking about chronic wasting disease.
Our second segment will be on the SNA program.
And lastly, we'll have a little surprise trailer for you guys.
So let's roll the first segment.
What came to screen?
Yeah.
Hello all, welcome to Bubby Time. I'm your host, Bubby, and in this week's installment of Bubby Time, we will be talking about CWD. Now you guys may be asking, what is CWD? CWD is a brain-damaging disease known as TSC. It's also known as the prion disease. Prions are a single protein that are much smaller than bacteria, but they are very difficult to kill because they are not susceptible to extreme heat or ultraviolet light. Because of this, over the recent years, CWD, or chronic wasting disease, has been spreading. Now, CWD mostly infects cervids, which are mammals of the deer family, and cervids would be your deer, elk, moose, anything along those lines that would be related to them. The first case of CWD was identified in the US in 1967 in a mule deer in Colorado. Other diseases related to mad cow disease would be BSE in cattle, scrappy in sheep, and sporadic Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans. Because CWD is so closely related to BSE and scrappy, there are some concerns that CWD could be passed on to cattle and sheep. Humans are not susceptible to scrappy, but there have been about 200 cases of humans getting BSE in Europe. The World Health Organization has done many studies on the effects of CWD on macaques, which are found in the mountainous regions of Japan. Through that research, the World Health Organization hasn't found clear evidence that CWD can be passed to humans. The World Health Organization still recommends that you stay away from CWD infected meat because they're not far along in research yet. I recently sat down with Jared the boy on how to avoid exposure to this spreading disease.
Now, according to the DNR, if you live in an area or a county where chronic wasting disease has been reported, you should turn in all hunting harvested deer to be tested for the disease, because we're not exactly sure how this spreads, so we don't want that possibly being transmitted to humans. If you get in a car accident, don't salvage the deer, because deer that get in a car accident are more likely to have chronic wasting disease just because of the symptoms makes them not exactly acting appropriately, so they're more likely to be in that collision. If you live in a county affected, don't bait deer, because the more deer that you are drawing into the area, the more likely the disease is to spread. So don't bait and don't go out of your way to feed the deer. Let them kind of mellow on their own. And lastly, report any suspicious behavior that you see of the deer. If you see them drooling, if you see them eating their own feces, foaming at the mouth, letting humans approach them, all very likely symptoms that they have that disease. If they're excessively thin or they just even don't look right, report that to the DNR, because we need numbers. They need numbers on different areas and how many deer that they think are affected.
Thank you, Jared. Now that's all the Bubby Time we have for today. Send it back to John and Nathan in the studio.
That was very educational.
Yes, I agree. Now let's take it to Johnny Martin in the weight room to talk about the SNA program.
PW students like to use the weight room because there's many known benefits to using the weight room. Muscle fights fat, it reduces depression, it releases endorphins, and this way you're happy. It fights osteoporosis, it eases pain, it may improve your skills in sport, which is very beneficial to everybody who plays sport. It increases your health, it lowers your risk of diabetes, and it even prevents back pain unless you're doing the lifts wrong, and then maybe it could actually increase it. But don't do it wrong, because Coach Barrett will teach you the right way to lift and the proper way to lift so you can maximize your performance. Now we're going to talk to Coach Barrett now about what he has to say.
Where the weight room was in progression, it was the years have changed from working out, and we were training the youth, PW youth before, and I brought it up to more of the speed of what lot of the colleges are doing now, and universities, and personal trainers. Where I see the weight room going right now is going to go further, adding additional workout equipment, exercises, getting the athletes and students better than they were probably 5 to 10 years ago. I came to supervise. I was actually asked to run the SNA program, and from Mr. Simmons quite a few years back, and Mr. Hellerman. They seen I had a passion of the program and lifting and the kids, the students, and the background I had into health and fitness. How I feel about the students and their gains. The students, I have great athletes, great students. They bring a lot of motivation. The accountability they bring. They want to get better. They want to get stronger. They want to make their sports. They want to be better in their sports and whatever they do, even as their daily activities. What I would change for the program is a bigger area, additional more space to help train, and bringing on a couple other individuals who have a really good background in the strength and fitness program. What I would like to see added at this time, the program is doing really good at this time, I believe. The next few years would be nice to add on to some more additional equipment in the weight room to help our students get the better gains. You can only go so far with the equipment you have, but you also can get yourself better by using just your own body to get stronger and faster.
Wow, that really motivates me to want to go and lift right now.
I'm down for that, but first let's get our surprise clip in.
Let's do this. Boink.
Tinky Winky. Tinky Winky.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play. Where have the Teletubbies gone?
That's all we have for this segment of PdubTV.
So thanks for watching.